Hello guys, welcome back. Today we'll look at displaying our posts in the front end and just fixing one small backend issue we have right now, which is in the app service provider. We have this validation rule right here which grabs the YouTube ID, but we really want to check if this is actually from a youtube.com or youtube.be domain. So we'll just replace this validation rule in here, and you can find this in the description, this GitHub gist. So that's that. If we now check this out, we go to commands create, post create, and then we'll just put something stupid in here. So that still works. And if I then try this out with a youtube.com, which is invalid, that doesn't work. But if I change it back to .be, then it submits off. So I want to actually delete this because it's kind of a stupid post. Delete this one as well. And yeah, that's it. So now we can go back to our VueJS app. And what I want to do first of all is just split this form up in a different component. So I'll create a component here and I'll call that new post.view. Add in a template and script, and then I'll just look at this example component and just copy this name thing, which we're gonna call new post, and then we'll just close this one off again. And what I want to copy is all of this. And then what I also want to copy is some JavaScript. So we want to copy all this stuff. Like so. And then when we put this in here, alright, so we also need the styling of this. And then we can remove all this stuff here. And this, so we'll just remove this stuff. This can also, we'll leave this for late, we'll replace this with new post, and then in here as well. And then what we'll do is we'll replace all this stuff with our, maybe it's good to leave these columns because we want to wrap the post in them as well. So we'll just put it in here. And then in here we can remove these. So these two div tags, and then it wants to be wrapped in one div. So it just gives this a class to new post. And then that should be it. So if we now head back to our app, we still have the create a video thing, but it's now split up in a separate component. So now we want to fetch our posts and have a component for that. So we'll remove this hello world component because it's quite useless. And then we'll create a post.view, which is also going to contain some HTML and some scripts. So what we'll do is we'll give this a name. We'll call it post. And then we want to just first think about how it's going to look. So what I think we want is a card and an image here, and then the title, post body, and then the replies. So maybe we don't even want post body, but yeah, I'll chuck it in for now, and then if we want it to be removed, we can remove this later. So I'll add a post class to this, and then we need some columns. So we want a column in here. I want another column in here, and then I think what we want to do is just make this, give this an isNarrow class, so that will, if we then specify a width to it, that will automatically resize correctly. So what we need to do is we want to add some styling with SCSS scope, and then we want to just in here we want to add a video class or something, I think. So what we'll do is we'll have a div here, give this a class of video, and yeah, so we'll give this a class of video, and then in here what we want to do is we want to look up how we're going to get the thumbnail. Get thumbnail of YouTube video. We should find our answer right here. So I think we want to have the second one, which is a small preview. So what we'll do, and then in here we want to have the video ID, so we'll make this dynamic sort of attribute property. And we can insert our post.id, and then we want to pass our props, which is post. And then here we'll just say YouTube ID. So yeah, we should obviously test this out for a bit. So what we'll do is we'll import this post. So we'll import the post from post.vue, and then we'll register it here, and then we want to pass the post in. So what we'll do for now is we'll just have our data property return a post. So if we just get our posts, and then we'll grab this one and pop it in here. We need to remove all of this. These could probably do a find and replace, but yeah, I'm a bit lazy, so like this. And then we'll pass the post in here, save this, see what happens. So we get our thumbnail here, which is good. Then I'll add some styling to my post class. I'll give it some padding of 10 pixels, 0 pixels. Give it some margin, just so it isn't like, you know, completely right up there. Then later, if we want to display the post body property, we'll just do break word. And yeah, that's it for now for this. So we want to then move on to our second column, in which we'll put the post title. So that's h3 tag. Say post.title. And then below that we'll want to display the post body. So we'll say if post.body, Then we'll just echo this out. And then below here we want to have a link to navigate to the replies of the post. So we'll say to. So this is going to be with a view router. So we'll say router link. It's going to be to about for now, just so we can see this working, this router link. And we'll say post.comment count. And then I want to have this pluralized, so I'll say equals 1. And if that's the case, we'll say reply, and else we'll say replies. And then here we just want to say the post.comment count comments count. So we have 2 replies, and then if we change this over to, let's say, 1, then it should say 1 reply. Comments count 1. So it says 1 reply. Alright, that's that. So what we want to do is we want to have a nice play button in here, and then if you click it, we want to display an iframe at the top here. So what I'll do is I'll add in a youtube.svg, which I already added in here, but I'll leave the link to that in the description. And then what I'll do below here, I'll just add the youtube.svg, and then I want to add some styling to that, so I'll give it a class of YouTube icon. And then if I go down here to my CSS, and first of all we might want to make our text a little bigger, so remove the padding of this, remove the margin, and then I'll set the font size to 1.3 EM. 1.5 would be better. So let's see, we want to change our YouTube icon, which is in the video class, so I'll say video, and then I'll change this image here too, so I'll add some border radius just to make it look a bit nicer. And when you hover over it, it should be clear that you can click it, so we'll add a pointer. And then now we'll change the YouTube icon, which we want to position absolute, and then make it 30 pixels high. So now we need to position it, so I'll say left first I need to give the width to this video so I can predict this width, and the height will be 90. So now I can say that this left should be 60. Yeah, that's in the middle. And then the top will be 30. Almost 40. Yeah, 40 seems to work. So now we have this preview thing, and I think we have, let's see, alright, so now we want to make it so that if we click this, that it's actually going to load up this iframe. So what I'll do on the top of here, so we want to display, remove this column, so we want to not show this is narrow column. So actually what we also need to do is add, I think is I think we also need to add is mobile to here. And then what I'll do is I'll add like VF in here. And then we want to have a property saying if it's showing or not. So add a data property again, return an object, and say is showing video, which will be false by default. So if this is showing, or this is not showing, then we want to show this thing. And I think if this is showing, no, we'll just leave this for now. So we have our card post, and then what we want to do on the top of here, we want to add a new row, to add another columns columns div. So if this is showing, we'll do that. Then we'll add a columns, and then we'll add column is 12, and then in here we'll add the iframe, which will just be an iframe with a width of 100%, height of 350 or something. I think that's close to YouTube default. And then in here we'll say youtube.com/embed. Actually have to make this so backticks post.youtube ID, and then we'll say autoplay is 1, and then I think allow is autoplay and allow full screen. I should probably have copied this from YouTube instead of typing it over, but yeah, I think this will work. So let me just add the CSS Drawer in the iframe, which I'll add above the video. So I'll say height is 350 and the width is 100%. So now if we click this YouTube icon, we should add a on-click sort of event to change this value. So we'll add that in here on the video class. Yes. So add click showing video equals true. So then if I click this, it creates that video, and yeah, it starts playing it. So a little bit of a bug that it pauses it again. So let me just check what I did wrong. I think it needs to be like this. Alright, let me check. Allow autoplay, encrypted media, frame border is 0. Alright, so we'll check that out later, whether it isn't completely working with the autoplay, but yeah, we'll see. So it already gets this stuff. Then we might want to remove this thing. So yeah, I actually don't want it for any of the columns in this case, so just say margin 0. I wonder why it isn't like refreshing automatically, which is kind of annoying. So we'll just reload this. So what I'll do instead to just get this YouTube thing working, let's get into a random video here. Of course, advertisement, share, embed. Alright, so I'll copy this, and then I'll just add autoplay swan, and then we'll change the height to 350, 100%, and then remove all this, and then we'll try again. So now it's working with autoplay. And if we click this link, it goes to the about page or demo about page, which isn't showing much. So let us check if we have this is working. Yeah, that is showing. So what if we have some really long text, maybe next line isn't working great, but yeah. So I want to add pre-line or pre-wrap. I think pre-wrap will be better, so we'll just add that into here. And we might want to prevent this from overflowing. So what we'll do is we'll just add the post class. We already have this preventing from overwrapping actually. So we'll just add this for the p tag, which we might want to give a class in case you want to add other stuff later. So we'll say post body. Alright. So now what we want to do is we want to just fetch all of these posts so that it isn't just a demo post. So we'll just remove this, and we'll just say posts equals an empty array for now, and then we'll say mounted, and then in here we'll say what we can also do is we can create another posts component, but I'll just keep it simple for now, and I'll just do it in here. So we have the methods, and I will say get posts, and then in here we want to grab our post and then set it. We want to call this function in here in the mounted. So as soon as this, as soon as the component gets mounted and it's loaded, then we'll run this function where we'll grab the post. So we'll say axios.get. Just want to look up our route API/posts. So posts. And then we'll console.log res.data just to check if that is working, and we'll open the console. And we have an error, but we'll fix that in a minute. So we have the posts here, so then what we'll do is we'll just set this here. So we'll say this.posts equals rest.data.posts. And you just want to say fee for post in posts. Make this template. Post index in posts. So in here we'll say this, and we'll add this key thing. So we have an error, which is unexpected token. Get posts. Oh, we need to fill this out still, so we'll say. So now it's working. Quite a lot of the same video, so that looks a bit boring, but yeah, we can click these. Then it creates iframes. And what I've just noticed is that this, oh, my browser just bugged there, I guess. So we can click these videos and view them, and yeah, we can click at this replies thing, and yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching, and yeah, in the next episode we'll look at maybe making this a bit shorter so that it only displays the first 100 characters or something. But yeah, we can now view the posts. Thank you for watching, and in the next episode we'll look at showing the comments and yeah, that sort of stuff. So yeah, hope to see you in the next episode.